I don't see anything and there's no box here on the right. Just all white.
Okay, so do you have your toolbar up? And I can show you how to get that up there. So the thing in the middle.
I got it. All good.
Okay, great. Kevin, you ready?
All good. It's like construction. Is that like construction in the background? What is that?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, Bruce.
Tuck pointing.
All right, Cole, you ready? Well, just give me the single when you're ready, Kevin, and we'll get going.
I'm ready.
All right, everybody, we're going to start. Just remember to make sure you're looking at your messenger, and good energy out there. And we'll have some fun today. So let's go, Cole. I'll count you in.
Yep.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back again like clockwork. Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite is on the air. And as always, I'm Cole Wright at your service. Now, today, we're going to kick around a few questions like, would the Cubs, would they have won it all in 2016 if they hadn't acquired Aroldis Chapman? And since we're celebrating the 90s, it's 90s week. After all, we're going to ask you, was Sammy Sosa the most feared slugger of the decade? Now, plenty to get to, but we can't talk about all that before we get some introductions out of the way. And first things first, you see him here almost every single day. He's covered baseball in Chicago for 30 plus years. He's a Marquee Sports Network contributor. It's the man and his cat. That's Gizmo, right? It's Bruce Levine. And she's our Marquee Network sideline reporter. It's Taylor McGregor. She covered the Colorado Rockies for a pair of seasons. And this year, once finally the season is underway, she's going to get back to business. And you see him here once and always. It's Pete McMurray, WGN Zone. Gang, thanks for playing today, and we have a busy slate ahead of us, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right down to business. Now, multiple reports, they do indicate that minor leagues, well, they're preparing to agree to Major League Baseball's proposal to cut guaranteed affiliations by 40 from 160 to 120 next year. Now, the plan would impact hundreds of prospects and reduce player development expenses. Now, a negotiating session is scheduled for Wednesday. So when it comes to the proposed production in the minor leagues, when it comes to this, Bruce, is there anything that jumps off the page to you? Will this hurt Major League Baseball in your estimation?
Well, no, it's a way for Major League Baseball to have more control over their affiliates. It's a way for them to also control some of the expenditures and limit the amount of affiliates out there. But more importantly, to be able to size these things down to the way they want them, the way they want them handled, and to have better affiliates that have better equipment, better facilities for the players. It's a win-win, except, of course, for the 40 affiliates or so that will no longer have minor league baseball. It hurts some of these small towns, some of these areas that have had baseball for many, many years, and then all of a sudden now they won't. That hurts, but there are some positives coming out of it.
Bruce, I grew up in Peoria. I went to school with the Benakin family who owned the Peoria Chiefs. So I saw that firsthand. I went to the games. My brother worked for the Quad City Angels. I've been to Kane County many times. I mean, one of the things that's going to happen here, these small cities are going to lose these affiliates. I know baseball is a business. They need to make money, but you have to think about these smaller cities too. Sure, we're going to see more high school kids probably go to college. It's going to help the college game. But shorter draft means less young talent. I think that's going to hurt too.
Yeah, I don't know if I could agree with Bruce here that it's a win-win, because honestly, when this news first came out about a year ago that there was a conflict sort of between Major League Baseball, I was sad because I went to college at the University of Arkansas. There's several minor league affiliates in that state as well as the surrounding state. And some of my friends I went to college with, like you, Pete, have a firsthand exposure to those minor league teams. And for them, that's why they're baseball fans. And I think in the day and age of our game, when we're continuously trying to recruit fans, it's sad to me that a lot of these small towns and people in these towns won't get the chance to have baseball anymore around them. I understand the efficiency behind this when it comes to player development, but I'm also sad for the players who won't get the chance to have a shot at minor league baseball. And so for me, it was sad. I'm not going to lie. The fact that you understand why they're cutting it back, but 40 teams right off the bat seems a little bit dramatic to me. And unfortunately, I kind of see the downside of it.
There's a silver lining, and that means that this could be a boom to independent league, minor league baseball. Okay, so there's hundreds of minor independent league teams across the country. So this would be more of a sub minor league system for Major League Baseball, where the independent leagues do produce a lot of players. You know, look at the draft, and then look at how many players actually make it to the major leagues. That is what the bottom line is for the owners of Major League Baseball. So, you know, places that had minor league teams before could still have minor league baseball, but it would be independent league baseball, and it would have to be in coordination with those cities and helping them sustain baseball there. But by saying win-win, it could still be that those areas have baseball and that those leagues are, you know, sufficient to satisfy the fans in those areas.
Yeah, guys, in the minor league systems across Major League Baseball, they will certainly be affected. And Adbert Alzolay, well, he's no stranger to what could go down. Now, he debuted with the Cubs in 2019, and he's trying to stay sharp during Major League Baseball's shutdown by throwing off a homemade mound. Now, even through the Major League active rosters are expected to expand when the season does get underway, it's not a guarantee that Alzolay will make the Cubs' initial roster. Now, Alzolay, he's on the 40-man roster currently, but let's just say he doesn't make the big club and there's no minor league season. So, Taylor, how will he and other players get to prepare for 2021 or perhaps winter ball or some kind of extended form of organized baseball?
That's the biggest question. And I think about it in a broad perspective, not just players who are trying to vie for major league spots, but I actually talked to a dad of a kid coming out of high school whose season was canceled. So you think about the cancellation of his senior season. So he misses this season, and then he wasn't signed up to play summer ball because he was supposed to go to college and get in at bats with the college. Well, they canceled summer workouts. So now you have 6 months of no at bats. And then of course, baseball season is until the spring in college. And so for him, he could go a year without at bats. And so I think this is an interesting issue for a lot of the guys developing at a younger level, because I think Adbert Alzolay has a chance to potentially play fall ball. And so for him, the length of period without baseball will be shorter than some of the guys on a scope of a high school or even college. Not sure what the plan is. This, as we've mentioned so many times, is uncharted territory, and so no one really knows. And I'm curious to see how it all plays out.
You know, it's day by day with this self-quarantine. You hear about all these major league players and minor league players that are setting up batting cages in their garages because they have nowhere to go. You can't go out in the park anymore because you just can't hang out in public. I once the season starts, if there's no minor league system, can they go overseas? Is that going to be even open in the future? We just don't know. Everything's day by day, but these guys, if I had to guess, these minor leaguers will probably have to practice and train on their own.
There is the possibility that the minor league system will be right around all of the Arizona and Florida places that they do spring training. So they have instructional league in the fall. Instead, this would be more of a minor league instructional league throughout the year. So in other words, all those minor league system players would go to their camps in Arizona and Florida, and they would have games on a daily basis with their entire organization. That's a possibility. Anything's a possibility right now when you look at the scope of the illness and the unknown part of when we're going to be playing baseball. But that's a likely scenario as well, not knowing where minor league baseball would go in 2020.
Well, if you include last season, Alzolay, he spent 7 seasons in the minor leagues. And with this year, rosters being expanded from 26 to potentially 29 or 30 or more, All those guys that are minor leaguers that may not have a season, they need to stay ready. Now, there's more still to come right here on Cubs 360, including the Cubs going bold when they made the move for Aroldis Chapman back in 2016. But would they have won it all without him? Of course, we're going to discuss that and much, much more. That's next right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
Good job, you guys. Good stuff. Way to cover both of those topics well.
Taylor, did you watch The Last Dance? Bulls?
Oh my gosh. Yes, it was so good. I mean, that was cool for me. I can't even imagine you guys having grown up seeing that. What did you think?
I thought it was sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
That
it.
for me is, I mean, that's what I grew up watching. I mean, even though I'm the baseball fan number one, I mean, there was really no bigger show than the Chicago Bulls back then. I mean, they were who you wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Worst part was covering Rodman. I'll take that to the grave with me having to deal with him.
Really?
Well,
Was he
you had
the
to interview him
worst?
as he was walking from the clubhouse to his car, and he's 6'9" and he walks quickly with long strides. Can you imagine, trying to back up, hold a microphone, and walk the same pace he is, and trying to get the interview? And it's
That was
incredible.
Just had
something
his boy
that
Jack
did
Haley hold the
stand
mic
out
there,
to
right?
me
Jack Haley was
about the documentary is all. I mean, there's several interviews where guys are walking and getting interviewed. I mean, I've never covered the NBA, but I guess I didn't realize it was like that, where you literally are
It was
like,
like covering the Beatles. It was for those 6 years, it was the Beatles, especially the last three where they had Rodman. It was just like we had to go to every practice just in case they might talk. If they went out to the parking lot, we had to run out there in case they stopped in their car and talked to one TV guy or one radio guy. It was just incredibly intense.
what
It's
was
like the
Joe Klein
walking and
like?
talking interview.
Did you like him?
Yeah, well, I liked all the guys. They were all good guys. Even the superstars were good guys. I never got to know Rodman very well, but the other guys, they were common basketball players, including Michael, until they won their first world championship. We'd sit and talk to Michael for 15, 20 minutes before the game, and obviously after the game, there was no one better than him. But we developed relationships with him. It was way cool.
That was cool.
What changed, Bruce? Did he get burned out and he didn't want to talk anymore?
They became, superstars, and the demand was so high they couldn't go anywhere without being, I mean, Michael couldn't go anywhere. He had to call ahead. They had to close restaurants or have him come in the back door. Anytime he wanted to go shopping, they'd have to close those stores and let him
Hey, Bruce.
in. Yeah.
Are you guys hearing me? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you guys off, but I would like
Sure.
all of you to look on your Twitter. Ken Rosenthal just broke the Red
based
Sox
on sign
penalty
stealing?
story. Yeah, so I want to do that segment right now. So everyone just kind of
No
read what you can up
way.
on that, and just give us a few minutes of how we can fix this on our end. All right, but just do some research on that real quick, and we're gonna do that segment right now. Just give me a second.
I barely have a signal here.
I mean, was that any secret? Hey, do you guys want to re-rack and start the show with that?
I don't.
That's a pretty juicy way to get into the show, man. I mean, we've been waiting. I feel like the lockdown has pretty much put it all down the back burner, but now it's
the man.
beans don't burn in the kitchen.
Come in.
Okay, just give me a second, Cole. I'm going to
No doubt.
try and find a way, because I do agree with you.
I'm looking for this.
Yeah, what we're going to do is what we're going to have to
I can't
redo is
find it.
retake the open.
Where is it? Who
So
tweeted
just
it
give
out?
me a second. Just let me think about this. I'll figure this out. Give me a
I
second.
got it.
No doubt. I wouldn't mind even redoing the top anyways. Man, this is
Sounds
a real
like
gank. Ban of Alex Cora through the 2020 playoffs, but only for his conduct with the Astros. Like, hold on a second, man. Like, you were one of the main cooks in the kitchen stirring that pot, and you cheated. You won. You get a job. You go to another team, and what happens? You win the World Series the very next year. Like, hello, if this team cheated, guess what? He was behind that. Like, it's terrible.
So none of these people knew about this?
I mean,
Are they saying that
is
Alex
like-
didn't know anything?
Yeah,
That's
this
such
is
garbage.
some bullshit. Yeah, really is. They're basically saying the
Taylor,
only guy who's
Taylor,
responsible here is walking.
Taylor, just watch your language, just because this is not ours.
Sorry.
People could be looking. No, you're okay. Just watch yourself. It's all good.
Better than that, Taylor.
Sorry, my bad.
All right, give us a
Some
second,
BS.
guys. We're going to find a way to do this.
Guess we just do a.
Huh.
All right, you guys. So, Cole, what we're going to do, let's redo the A block.
Yep.
Okay, but on your intro, just take out the line about Chapman. We're not going to do that segment. So the block we just did is now going to become our B block. All right, so let's just redo the A block. What you'll do your intros, and then out of your intros, just do the story. Just do a quick 15-second read on the story. Don't say breaking news, because keep in mind this is airing 4 hours.
We'll hit it with it. Yeah, exactly. We'll hit it with the developing story.
Yeah, no one use the word breaking.
Next best thing next to breaking
Right.
news. Yeah, developing stories.
Yep. And then just use that. And then skip our conversation, and then we'll just talk about this, and then let you guys go, because I know you guys all have strong feelings on it. I could just tell.
Ooh,
So,
come on now.
So are you good with that? You feel good ad-libbing that through the story, Cole?
Absolutely. Like, I feel like this is like breaking news. Like I was ready 3 minutes
Right.
ago.
Okay, great.
I guess this is as close to fun breaking news as we get. Like, we're not on,
Right.
we don't have,
Yeah,
we don't have
literally.
a suit on, and it's like
So
all
what
right,
we'll
where are we
do
going
is
here?
we'll
Let's go.
Cole, what we'll need to do, and we'll probably do this after we get done No, after this segment, we're going to redo your bump, okay? Because we need to do a bump for the B block, right?
What do you want it to be? I can just if you
No, for this
we're
segment,
gonna be bumped.
for this segment, you need to bump the minor league story, right?
Yep.
Okay, but then once we're done with that, I'm going to put you on a single, and I'm going to need you to read a bump for 90s week most feared hitters. All right, we'll worry about that later.
Bump?
Yes, which would turn into the B bump.
So make sure I have a bump right now for the A's, correct?
Correct, which is minor leagues.
Okay, give me just 2 seconds.
All right, cool. Bruce, Taylor, and Pete, you guys feel good enough to talk about this?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's no rush, guys. We're still ahead of the game, so let's just take a couple of minutes to make sure you have your
fine.
thoughts.
You know what?
There's no fine.
No fine.
So Kevin Dusold, are you good with what we're going to do? We're going to redo the A block, right? So just start on a single.
Okay, so Malik, hit him with it's still to come. Albert
cool.
Alzolay is handy on the mound and with the tool belt. See how the 7-year minor leaguer is going to prepare if there's no season, especially no minor league season. That and more next right here on Cubs 360.
Yep, that works for a bump. Great.
Cool. So let me just have this Kenny Rosenthal, Kenny Can pulled up.
What a
I'm ready whenever you guys are. It's terrible.
Wow.
Because of course, if you win a World Series and get yourself a job as the main dude, of course you're going to throw everything out of the window that helped you win a World Series at your last job, right?
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like what Taylor said. I can't use that word.
Yeah, don't listen. Don't repeat.
Smells like male bovine excrement to me.
Yeah.
So of course, Bruce had to double down on it.
On what?
You know what you're doing, Bruce.
I've never been suspended.
All right, guys. In about another minute, we'll get going. Skyler, your thoughts?
Hey, Bruce, remember Mongolian barbecue? BD's Mongolian barbecue used to be right across from the Twisted Smoke.
Yes.
Oh, I love BD's.
I used to work at BD's. Yeah, they have them in Colorado. Yeah, I used to work there back in the day forever. But when I first started, I used to grill. Even though I waited tables there for like 6 years back when I was in college and whatnot and played ball. But I remember I got suspended because when I first started, like all the grillers, you'd always have fun with the people and it gets super busy. The one in Naperville, and some guy cut the line, and I was like, he cuts to the very front. And there's like legit like 60 people in line on like a Friday night, and I was like, hey, buddy, back of the line. Everyone else is waiting. I'm like, I bet you're the kind of person that parks in handicapped parking spots too.
Oh.
And boy, that was the wrong thing to say. I mean, we were just all having fun. I'm like, I'm saying, just joking. I wasn't meaning anything, but he's like, he's lucky I didn't come across the counter. And I was like, take it easy, buddy. He went and told my manager, and my manager's like, I had to suspend you for like a week, dude. And we still laugh about that because now he's the regional manager for Portillo's. Like he runs all Portillo's in like the Midwest, like and all the ones in Chicago. He's like,
oh my gosh,
the third dude in charge.
That was cold.
Yeah. Remember when you suspended me from my grill shifts? They're loving this in Boston right now. Maybe they felt bad for him since Gronk is gone and Tom Brady are gone. Like, we'll take it easy on the Red Sox, guys. We'll take it easy on the Red Sox. How about this JT Watkins guy? I mean, he's really taking. He's getting
Yeah.
kicked
Don't
in the
say it.
rear.
Don't say it. Yeah, don't say it. Malik will get all.
Man, it's
He'll get all over you, man.
like this guy is going to be. He's like the dude who's letting the air out of the balls for Tom Brady. Like those guys, like in the equipment room.
We have a rule in radio: save it for air. That's why I'm not saying anything. I
Yeah.
hate the Red Sox. I can't wait to talk.
I can't. I just have to steer the ship. I can't sit there and start throwing all my opinions.
Malik, would it be all right if I
You're
said
right.
the guy would be able to sit down for a while?
All right, Bruce. All right, let's go. Let's get going here.
I feel like you guys need an odd couple show.
Good.
Malik, you wearing a Mets hat like Felix Unger?
Hey, Pete, can you slide to a touch to your right? Just a very little to your right. Perfect. Thanks.
I can only see half my face since I got the chat up. Whoops.
Hey, Andrew, can you get Notch back on this call to make sure the guys are buttoned up and we're not? I'm reading through everything now, but I just want to make sure that they're not going to say anything that we can't confirm.
Yeah. Coming back in.
Yeah, just have them dial back in, please.
It's all according to Rosenthal.
Everybody, well, it's the New York Post picked it up. It's in the Post right now.
Are they using their own quotes, or is it just?
He's listening.
Okay, great.
The commissioner ruled Wednesday. That's the quote from the Post.
Cole, can I have what are you going to say after your introductions? I just want to be clear on that.
I'm just going to say let's get to the biggest story of the day, and what a story it is. A bombshell coming from Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic. News coming down as it pertains to the Boston Red Sox. Penalties handed out. Loss of a 2020 second-round pick. Ban of replay operator JT Watkins through 2020 playoffs, and he can't do the same job in 2021. And Alex Cora, of course, everything that happened with the Houston Astros, he's gone through the 2020 postseason, but only because of that conduct with the Astros.
I got to confirm from Major League Baseball, okay? I just got a release from Major League Baseball.
All right, hold on, guys.
And then maybe I'll just tee up Bruce. Bruce, does the punishment fit the crime here?
That's fine. Just give me a second. I want to find this release.
So it's worth everybody reading this because it's in order.
Yeah, it's on. Everybody, just go to MLB.com. It's right on there.
MLB.com. Okay.
Yep, it's all there on MLB.com. It's the top story.
Malik,
Yes.
you've got a little bit of flexibility in the brakes if you go a little heavy, right?
Is this just a stock article? Who wrote this article? Is this Ken Rosenthal on MLB? There's no.
That's from the league.
Commissioner, the MLB sent out to all the reporters a executive summary. Okay.
Right, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing on MLB.com. It has the executive summary and it has the discipline. This is directly from the league.
Okay, so here's what I'll do, Malik. I will.
You can credit Ken. He did break the story. That's fine, but I mean, beyond that, the league has responded. It's no longer a report.
Yeah. Give me some. I'm just going to do this real quick to make this a little bit easier.
Okay, take your time. We're not going until we're all ready.
No, it's going to take me just a second. I'm just going to put together just so I can roll from the top of that. Commissioner Rob Manfred handed down discipline regarding the investigation. The Red Sox signed the sealing investigation on Wednesday. According to Ken Rosenthal, here's how everything went down.
Well, I would. I would say first broken by Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic and later confirmed by Major League Baseball and Commissioner Ron Manfred, and then just go. That's the timeline, and that's how it happened, and that's factually correct.
Okay. Just
So this is important. The players, look at the second to the last one, because he did decide to pass on suspending players, even though they were knowing of
This
this.
is just,
So-
I mean, some.
Hey, I think I'm
Not-
losing you guys.
Pete, are you hearing me, Pete?
Uh-oh.
Pete, can you hear Malik?
You guys there?
yeah, I
Hey,
got you,
Pete, can you
I
hear
can hear
Malik? He
It
can't
sounds
hear
like
us.
you're underwater, and I can barely see my face now. I'm on a hard line, too.
Hey, Pete, can you hear Malik? Guys, can we work on his signal, please, and audio?
Everyone on Teams needs to mute.
Hey, Kevin.
Can't hear you guys.
Kevin.
Want me to redial in? Don't know what happened. Okay, now I think I'm back.
Hey, Pete, you got me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay.
Can I just get a 10 count from you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Gotcha, loud and clear.
Okay, good. The video's good?
Yeah, you're coming in clear, Pete.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, you guys good out there? Feel good?
Pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys. Let's just stick to the facts here of everything that we know, and then let's have a discussion based off of that. Keep in mind, this show is airing 3.5 hours later, so there may be developments, but as long as we stick to the facts that we know, we will not be wrong. So let's just react to that, and let's just go from there. All right. Kevin Dusold, you ready?
I'm all good. Who are you going first here? Just down the line with Bruce?
Yeah, let's just go down no, let's keep it that same order. Bruce, Pete, and then Taylor.
got it.
All right, I'll lead them. Okay, here we go. You good, Cole?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Here we go, everybody. Good energy, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. We're back again, as always. And once more, I'm Cole Wright at your service. And today, we're going to continue to celebrate 90s week. And we're going to ask you, when it comes to the most feared slugger of the decade, was Sammy Sosa the one and only? Of course, we'll discuss, but who are we going to discuss it with? Well, let's get some of those introductions out of the way because he's a Marquee Sports Network contributor. You see him here almost every single day. It's the man, Bruce Levine. And she's our Marquee Sports Network sideline reporter. She covered the Colorado Rockies for a pair of seasons. Taylor McGregor, come on down. And it's WGN's own. It's Pete McMurray. He's the man holding down the far side. Now let's get rolling with our top story of the day, and let's categorize this as a bombshell, everybody, because the news being delivered from Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic, where that news later was confirmed by Commissioner Rob Manfred, of course, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, where discipline has been handed down to the Boston Red Sox, this following an investigation into sign stealing. Now, the Red Sox, they have been penalized, and the penalties, they are as follows. They will receive a loss of a 2020 second-round pick, also ban of replay operator J.T. Watkins through the 2020 postseason and from doing the same gig in 2021. And the new skipper of the Red Sox, that's Alex Cora, well, he's banned through the 20 playoffs, but only for his conduct with the Houston Astros. So we heard everything that came down, the penalties. Alex Cora, he was a part of everything that went awry with the Houston Astros, and then he gets a job with the Boston Red Sox, and what happens? They go on and win a World Series themselves. So, Bruce, as you take a look at this punishment, does it fit the crime? I don't know.
Well, we were all, I think everybody has to take a step back because we were all expecting something much bigger with the Red Sox that included the manager, the coaching staff, complicit with the front office. And none of that was in this. This was simply some players taking advantage of some in-game video production that was being done by Mr. Watkins, according to the commissioner. And then what he's saying is, although the cheating wasn't happening all the time, it was happening sometimes, and it was being shielded by stealing signs from second base, by players being on second base, was always used in that respect. So from all of that, I think people are just shocked that this falls so far from the Astros and the complicity of so many players, coaches, and other people being involved. In this case, the commissioner found nobody is responsible except a few players and Mr. Watkins. So will we hear more about this? Will there be more information coming out? I'm sure there will be.
Bruce, I know you have to stay politically correct, but this gives me another reason to hate the Red Sox. What is the commissioner's love affair with the Yankees and the Red Sox? The longer this went on, I knew something like this would happen. Are you kidding me? Really? You're going to blame the video guy. So Alex Cora goes from the Red Sox, didn't know anything, to the Astros where he knew everything. Please. Okay. So I want to see if I have this straight. So the Red Sox are saying, or Major League Baseball is saying, that when a player was on second for the Red Sox, the video operator put the signs down so that player knew who was up to bat. I mean, there's way too many factors here. This is the biggest bunch of junk I have ever heard. What a joke. They should have been punished. I feel bad for this video operator. This guy's out of business. He won't get a paycheck for a year, and he's getting all the blame. This is terrible.
I completely agree with you. And you know what makes me the most skeptical of all of this is for so long, on multiple occasions, we heard the commissioner say that he was going to hold the manager and the general manager accountable for what was happening. But apparently that's not the case here. And he said he felt like Alex Cora, based upon their findings, that he didn't know or that he should not have known. But to me, that just does not fit the crime here, because it always starts at the top. And if you're telling me he didn't know, then shame on him for not knowing. I don't believe that he didn't know, but shame on him if he didn't. And that just shows you that the lack of pulse, which also is a completely different conversation that we could have here. And so I'm completely with you, Pete. I think this is not the correct punishment, especially based upon what the commissioner has always said, and that is that he would hold the general manager and the manager accountable. But apparently that doesn't apply to the Red Sox, and I just I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I think you guys have been watching too much reality TV. I think you need to step back a little bit and realize that the commissioner of baseball would not hide these facts if there was something more there. As a matter of fact, Cora has already lost his job. He got fired because of his connection with the Astros scandal. So it had nothing to do with this. They could have easily buried Cora further because he doesn't have a job in baseball now. Their findings were that this was strictly between the video people and the players. Now, Is it naive to think that nobody else knew about it and what impact this had on games? We don't know that. But I'll be interested to see how much further this gets taken and whether these players are eventually identified, because that would be the key to finding out more information about this scandal or non-scandal. In this case, the commissioner is taking it all on JT Watkins, and also a slap on the wrist with a 2020 second round draft pick being lost by the Red Sox.
It doesn't matter who the players are involved because the players are exempt. I mean, the Red Sox always seem to get a pass. I just don't understand what the commissioner is doing here. He had a chance to stand up and make a stand, and he dropped the ball. He absolutely blew it. I still can't believe that they're blaming the video operator only. Are you kidding me? I just don't get that. Now that the players came out of this, I think the commissioner, in his mind, he wants to put this to rest. He wants to move on, and he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. So if we're going to punish the video guy right now for the Red Sox for a year, everybody else is fine. Let's just move on. That doesn't work.
Yeah. JT Watkins, I think people are going to know his name around New England for quite some time here, but he seems to fall in the same category as the two guys who are letting the air out of the balls for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Taylor, is this just another case of another Boston scapegoat?
Those poor New England fans. Gronk and Brady go to Tampa. Now this. No, I'm kidding. This, to me, Bruce, I understand your point of not knowing for sure anybody involved or knew, but to me, you are the leader of this clubhouse, this team, and it comes back on risk of what happens. The leader is the guy who sets the tone, and everything falls under his watch. He has to deal with things that happen in and day out. And if he didn't know about this, shame on him. But regardless, he is the manager to keep things going according to the way baseball intended them to be, and that was not the case here. And so for me, it doesn't matter really if the commissioner's report found that he didn't know. I say shame on him for not knowing. You're the leader here. You're responsible for making sure everybody does their job correctly. And to me, that's why I believe he should be punished. And again, going back to what the commissioner has always said, he has said he will hold the general manager and the manager accountable for what happens. And for me, they should be. They were the leaders. They're the guys who set the tone and allow everybody to act or not act. And it's just a shame. I'm always on the guy who's in charge is responsible for what happens under his watch.
Well, the general manager is no longer there. The manager is no longer there. So this was a much easier decision to make for them, because there was no punishment that they needed to make with any personnel that is being employed in Major League Baseball at this time. Dave Dombrowski is gone. So is Alex Cora. So there doesn't have to be any showing of that. And maybe Rob Manfred would feel that this was piling on at this point if he did blame them, like you said, Taylor, that he would hold the general manager and the manager responsible. Well, they both have lost their jobs for different reasons. And at this point in time, this is going to have to stand. But I'm going to go back and say, I want to know who those players were. As Pete said, they were exonerated because they talked about this, and they gave the commissioner the information he needed about what they used. But again, they should be the ones that we go to try to find out how extensive this was, whether this was exactly the proper way to go about it, and whether or not we are going to go forward and still try to investigate this when baseball starts again. Right now, as you guys said, it looks like it's being swept under the rug because there is no baseball right now.
Well, Alex Cora is out of a job. The Red Sox, they lose a 2020 second-round pick. And JT Watkins in New England, his name is Mud. Now, still to come right here on Cubs 360. Edward Alzolay, handy on the mound, and also with the tool belt. We'll show you how he's staying ready for 2020 if and when it actually goes down. That's next right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
Okay, just to add to that, to me, that sets the precedent. So I don't care if they're gone. Like, you punish them. Because now that sets a precedent elsewhere of all of a sudden, okay, so-and-so loses their job. Well, they don't get held accountable. Like, no, if you cheat, you're held accountable.
Yeah, and I
They
think
can't
that
do it anymore because they put all the video rooms on delay. So all the video rooms now are on 10-second delay. That was a new rule.
At Dodger Stadium, you can hear it. Like if somebody gets a strikeout, you hear dun 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 dun, and then like you see it on your TV in the green room like 10 seconds later.
Yeah, that's part of the deal now. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I'd like to. I took the opposite point of view just for the theater, but I'd like to be able to talk to some of these people, and it does look like they picked an opportune time to just throw that out there and bury it.
Yeah. Can I run to the restroom really quick?
No.
Raise your hand first.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So the next is going to be the C block. Is that right, with Sosa?
Yeah, good job, you guys. Just we're going to be a little bit tighter here. We went really long there, so. But yeah, this is just going to be the Sosa. So Cole, I need you to turn this into your Miller Lite refreshing take. Sammy Sosa is the most feared. Was the most feared hitter of the 90s. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So Cole, also too need that beat. Remember that bump I was telling you about earlier? I need you to read something for that or do something for that. So coming up when we return, we're coming up on Cubs 360. It's a 90. We're talking 90s. The most feared hitter. Who is it? We're going to ask our guys when we come back. Something of that nature.
It's Brady Anderson.
Awesome. But this is the B block.
Right. No, this is now the C block. Remember, that's what I was telling you.
What is our B block?
Is the B block is the minor league stuff. Right. Okay. So we need to tease that, right? Because our tease that we did earlier is wrong. So if you could just read a tease like that, Kevin, if you can give me a single, Cole's going to do a 10-second read here.
Awesome.
And you're teasing the 90s.
Okay, man, I'm sorry.
Right, because this is going to
be.
Understood. Understood.
That was the Alzolay tease, right? That didn't fit in at the end of the A's.
Here, give me 2 seconds and I'll explain it to you. The Alzolay tease is correct, right? Because the minor league segment that we taped prior is going to air. Now we need to do a bump for that segment because the bump that you did prior to that was to Chapman. We need to clean that up. So we're taking out the Chapman bump and putting in this bump that you're about to read. Teasing the 90s, and then we're going to do the 90s segment. Does that make sense?
Okay. So, yep.
Okay.
I'll let you guys cut and paste. Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah.
Did I have that? Was that an actual one that we had?
Yeah, you should have it. It should be something there. It should be at the end of your original B block when you're bumping the 90s.
Okay. Let me see my B. Let's get there. Grab these. Where are they? Oh, okay. I got it. Slam Sammy sits atop the pack when it comes to 3 home run games.
Correct.
Okay. Most feared hitter of the decade.
All right.
You got it. I can read this one.
Okay. Yep. Let's do it. Whenever you're ready.
Yep. 3,
Here we go.
2,
5,
1. Hey, more to come right here on Cubs 360, including Slam Sammy sitting atop the pack when it comes to 3 home run games over a career. So as 90s week continues, we pose the question, was Sammy the most feared hitter of the decade? That and more next right here. You're watching Cubs 360.
But does that traffic make sense to you? I want to make sure you're clear before we move forward.
I mean, does it need to make sense to me? I mean, we're doing the B's and we're coming back and we're doing what originally was the A's about the minor.
No, Cole. Right now we're essentially doing the C's because we already
so that will be the B's.
That will be the bump to the B's.
So we already have that. I got it. Okay. No, I thought we were going to just
completely
redo it. My bad.
Yep. That's why we did it. I just want to make sure you're clear. No worries. Okay. Thank you, guys.
I didn't know if you wanted a clean one or a restart. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. So, but now because we did that, Cole, I need you to add the Miller Lite refreshing take to this So when you tee up that question, make that your refreshing take. Sammy Sosa was the most feared hitter of the 1990s. Okay, and if it's in your script.
Once Knox sends me those, I make my own. You know what I'm saying? Just because I can't. I mean, sit here and read off what's it called. So yeah, let's get to our Miller Lite. Okay, Sammy Sosa was baseball's most feared hitter in the 90s. Where does he fit in? Who we going with? Starting with?
Let's just go down the line because you guys are. Please do these ones in about 30 seconds each. Okay, we'll go Pete, Taylor, and Bruce. 30 seconds each, you guys.
And then what are we bumping here, Malik? Just to be.
So still your same bump. Birthday.
Okay, no doubt. Cool.
Great.
Let me just find that again. Because things are out of order here now. You know what? I know that one was it. That's a C bump. Boom.
So let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, 2 seconds. And we're doing that C bump starts with the Miller Lite draft stuff?
Correct.
Malik?
Whoa.
You got it. And we come back in with the full screen. Yeah?
Correct.
You got it. Let's roll.
But what you're really reacting to though, Cole, is the Sosa three homer game.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. We'll go down the line here for your most feared hitter of the 90s. We'll go Pete, Taylor, Bruce. 30 seconds each, you guys. I'll count you in, Cole.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Sammy, he went yard and he did it quite often. He hit home runs in bunches during the later portion of the 1990s. He had 129 in 98 and 99 combined, but he was only sixth for the entire decade as he trailed Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Albert Bell, and Juan Gonzalez, RBI machine, just to name a few. Now, I'm Cole right back here with the gang. It's Bruce, Taylor, and Pete. We're all here on another edition, fun-filled, of Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. As 90s week rolls on, you can catch Sammy Sosa and his first 3 home run game right here at 7:30 on Marquee Sports Network, which gets me to the Miller Lite refreshing take of the day, which is Sammy Sosa. When it comes to the 90s, was he the most feared power hitter, Bruce? I'll let you go first. You were there.
He was certainly feared, but Mark McGwire was the most feared guy. As we find out, he might have had a little help along the way. But he was so dominant. People would fill the ballparks in the 90s in pregame. People would come to watch batting practice, and they would make sure they were there to watch McGwire. That was especially true when McGwire and Sosa were either doing batting practice at Wrigley or at Busch Stadium. So it was McGwire, who was the biggest power hitter at that time. Ken Griffey Jr. was the most consistent power hitter of the 90s for me.
I completely agree with you on Griffey being the most consistent, my favorite player. But as a kid who grew up in the 90s, I played some backyard baseball, loved that game, and I always chose Mark McGwire. I'm with you on definitely the most feared hitter. I mean, him and Sosa, of course, in that run for the home run title was awesome to see, but as a kid, I always remember Mark McGwire stepping into the batter's box, and he was the one who I wanted on my team, and I felt like was the most feared hitter.
This has got to be a first. All three of us agree. Mark McGwire. If you think about the late 90s, McGwire and Sosa, I mean, how exciting was that when they got up to bats? You know, Barry Bonds really didn't kick in until after the 2000s. He had a great decade, don't get me wrong, and of course, Junior. But McGwire, he had 405 home runs in the 90s. Every time he got up to bat, you knew he was probably going to hit a home run. So Mark McGwire is my pick.
And Barry Bonds, he hadn't yet committed himself to hitting home runs yet. That's the only reason why he wasn't the most feared power hitter in the 1990s. But either way, I digress because there's more to come right here on Cubs 360, including with the NFL draft starting on Thursday. we're going to do our own spin on it right here on Cubs 360. It's the Miller Lite Cubs draft. So tune in to see our panel make their Wrigley-themed picks. You can catch it right here on the show. But until then, Mother Nature, she doesn't care who's trying to play baseball sometimes. She just has her own way. Now we're going to celebrate Earth Day by diving into some of our favorite memories from when nature intervened. That's next, right here. Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. We keep rolling.
Uh-oh.
What happened, Bruce?
My bud crashed.
I can't hear you now.
His earbuds crashed. His earbuds crashed, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Riley, we need to walk.
Did he?
Hey, Bruce, can you take your headphones out of your ears? Just put them in the case, and that should disconnect them from your laptop.
Hey, Malik, how old are you? Malik, you got me?
Yeah, what's up?
How old are you?
What's this pertaining to?
Oh, man, you're not one of those cats who's trying to hide his age and whatnot, are you?
No, I want to know what you're talking about.
No, I was just asking, like, I mean, cause at 41, like when I did like I'm doing a workout app, and I feel like, it just keeps it mixes things up every day. And like I did lunges the last 2 days, and it's like, God, I found myself bending over, being like,
Hey, are we
I
hearing?
didn't know if you're in the same.
Riley, I'm
No,
not here.
I didn't know you wanted to tell me a story all about Cole.
Just let me know what you need me to tell him. Yep, your mic's open.
Okay, so hold on.
No, I was
Hey,
wondering how you
Bruce,
feel, man.
if you have
after
a
workouts.
minute, I need to talk you through turning the mic back from the headset. Kind of undoing what we did earlier. So if you could go back to that search bar and type sound, SOUND. When you get to the set and select sound settings, it should be the very top one. Let me know when you're in the menu. Then you go down right under input like before, that drop down menu where you click that pointing down caret. Pick the very first one. It's probably your most default, and try to talk to us. And stay in this window because we're probably just going to have to go through until we find the right microphone. Don't hear you yet.
I like to see Bruce with like an old school like Bob Barker like long microphone.
Not that one yet either. Not that one. Just give me a thumbs up or something when you're done with all your choices. All right, I'm going to call you on your cell.
Still didn't get an answer from you, Malik.
Hey, Bruce, can you just disconnect and reconnect? That may be the quickest fix. Just drop off, click, select the red phone, and reconnect.
Hey, Pete, you're from Peoria, right?
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Where'd you go to high school at?
Bergen, which is now Notre Dame.
Okay.
Are you familiar with P-Town?
Somewhat. I have some buddies. I had some buddies that
Okay.
went to
Hear me now, or-
Limestone, which is obviously outside.
Yep,
of
we
the
have
area,
you.
But I had one of my other guys went to
Want me to
Richwood.
use pods?
Well, your pods are dead. That's what just happened.
No.
They just died.
No, I
those,
have-
yeah. You can connect those, yeah, that'll work better.
Okay, how's that?
Gotcha, Bruce.
You want me to tuck it through my shirt?
I don't, because I don't want to lose your microphone.
All right. All right.
I'm all frozen up.
Really, thanks.
All right. So you guys, we got to do this segment pretty tight. So this is the Earth Day thing. Cole, you're just reacting to the promo, and then you're going to tee up everybody on their Earth Day stories. Let's go Taylor first. Are you hearing me, Cole? Cole's frozen, guys. Damn it.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Got him.
Good job. Well
He
played.
looks like
You got me. You got me now,
I
Cole.
froze up. Yeah, I froze up. I don't know what happened. Everybody froze up.
All right, let's do this segment quickly, you guys, because as we know, the closer we get to 3 o'clock, things start to get a little wonky. So, Cole, we have about 1:15 for this segment. So you're rapping, you're reacting to the promo first. Then you'll come back in. You'll tee up Earth Day. We'll get everybody's Earth Day story real quick. So you guys will all go about 15 seconds. I just want to end on Pete because he's got a funny story. So we'll go Taylor, Bruce, and then Pete. Okay.
Taylor, Bruce, Pete.
Yeah.
I'll
So
start
we
more.
are not reacting. So we are reacting off of Chris Myers, or no?
You are just really quickly.
Okay.
How long we have?
So-
Really?
About 15 seconds each.
oh,
All right, let's do this, you guys. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, good stuff, Chris. I'm still waiting to come snag that trivia belt. I'm going to do so in the near future. But in the meantime, back here on Cubs 360, Cole Wright, Bruce Levine, Taylor McGregor, and, of course, our guy, Pete Murray. And, you know, what we're talking about. I just died. Sorry.
keep it clean. He can't hear us.
I got to use a different set of headphones. I'm sorry, guys.
We get paid double for this, or I'm wondering.
Well, my headphones never would have went out, Bruce, if yours didn't go out first. It would have been insufficient time.
It's always someone else's fault, Cole. It's always
I
someone
blame
else's
the
fault.
video guy from the Red Sox, JT Watkins.
Hey, Cole, when you're set, can I get a 10 count?
987654321.
You got to pull your microphone out, Cole, out of your shirt again. Remember?
It's not on. These are different headphones. These are different headphones. This doesn't have.
Well, I don't think that's the problem, guys. Can I talk to Cole?
Yeah, go for it.
Your microphone's open.
Hey, Cole, how you doing? This is Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
I think we have to choose have to tell it to choose the different microphone, just like I had to do with Bruce a second ago. So if you're on a Mac, aren't you?
Yep. I'll go to settings.
Yeah.
Is it sound?
Yeah. Are you on a Mac or a PC?
I'm let's see. Output.
Oh, you're freezing up now. At least to me, you are.
Will be output or
I just
input?
watched. Input. Select the input.
Boom. Got me?
I hear you, but it's not the mic we
Mic
want.
check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not that
No,
one.
should I pull? How about this? How's that sound?
See, what it is
Okay.
we're getting your computer's mic, not that headset's mic. You're trying to find that headset in the mic input selection.
There's no mic on. There's no headset there on this.
So that mic that's sitting off to your side, is that the one that you've been using?
I
Is that
just
the
unplugged
Bluetooth?
it, so
Plug it back
Yeah.
in.
plug this one back in,
Yeah.
and then so go to input. Okay, it says USB PNP audio device, and that's the one I'm on.
All right. What are the other ones? Yeah.
Internal microphone, and then the earphones.
Go to the. Do me a favor. Go to the internal microphone once.
Yep.
Are you on internal now? Now
I
go
am now,
back to that other one. Now go back to the other one.
Okay, I'm on it now.
There's no difference. What's your third choice?
The AirPods.
Yeah, those are.
Those
Did you
guys
put those
can
in the
hear me at all.
case? Or did you put those in the case? Put them in the case. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Yeah, we're hearing your AirPods. It's set to your AirPods. Maybe your AirPods really didn't die because we heard them you put them in the case. Do you hear me? You don't hear me. You hear me, but I don't hear you.
It does hear you.
Yeah, the microphone you had was coming from your AirPods. So in that, under sounds again, under input, the drop-down menu, select AirPods and then select it off. For some reason, it's stuck to your AirPods. I can't tell you. Cole, sign off, sign back in. Just sign off, sign back in.
Either way, that's a weird time to make that announcement, right? Middle of the day on a Wednesday like that.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to brush it under the rug, Bruce.
How we doing?
Yeah.
Got me?
I would guess.
Give me 10 count, Cole.
10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1.
That's our go-to.
I'm happy.
There we go.
All right, let's knock this segment out. All right, guys. So 15 seconds each. We're going Taylor, Bruce, then Pete, Cole. Just a quick goodbye after that. Okay, so let's try and hit the time again. You're reacting to Chris Myers.
And who are we starting with?
Here we go, guys.
Taylor, correct? Taylor, Bruce, Pete?
Yep,
Yeah.
Taylor, Bruce,
Okay, cool.
then Pete.
You got it.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, Cole Wright, Bruce Levine, Taylor McGregor, and Pete, the man. Why did I just forget you? I'm sorry, Pete. I just forgot you're dead.
McMurray, it's okay.
Jesus. I'm sorry. Let's start one more time.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah.
Make sure you react to Chris Myers. Remember the game show thing?
No doubt. No doubt.
Okay,
Mom.
here we go.
Hold on real quick. You good, Taylor?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chris, I'm coming for that trivia belt sooner than later, so get ready. So we're back here on Cubs 360 with Bruce, Taylor, and Pete. And guys, it's Earth Day, and Major League Baseball, of course, no stranger to the elements. We know that weather plays a huge part. So Taylor, I'll start with you. Do you have a moment that jumps out that weather really played a huge part in the outcome?
Yes, it was my first game ever broadcasting with the Rockies opening day. They referred to it as Snopening Day back in 2018. The first pitch got pushed back by an hour. It was 27 degrees at first pitch, the second coldest game ever at Coors Field. And I just remember sitting there thinking how cold I was. I couldn't even imagine being a player, but it was so funny because after the game, players talked about, they just came from Arizona, and then to go straight into Colorado opening day, they're like, really, we have to do this? But that's just what stands out to me. And then the best part of all of that, the next day at Coors Field, I was wearing short sleeves. It was 70 degrees. So that's the beauty of Colorado. You get Snopening Day one day and then 70 degrees the next.
For me, it was, of course, 8/8/88, where Mother Nature said to night baseball after all those years at Wrigley Field, no mas, not tonight. So at 3 innings and goodbye, that was rained out and played the next day.
Love that game, Bruce. Unfortunately, it was a sunny day for me. Mother Nature gave us a sunny day in July when I was in Little League. I was the starting pitcher for Agatushi's Pizza in Peoria, and I beamed 5 batters in a row. Not 1, not 3, but 5 batters in a row, and they finally took me out of the game the last time I pitched.
Nobody going with the Game 7 rain delay, huh? Weather playing a part? I don't know. That rain delay, it was pretty doggone big. And we'll talk about that and much, much more, of course, as the week continues right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. So for everyone at Marquee Sports Network and Bruce, Taylor, and Pete, I'm Cole Wright. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your day.
All right, guys. Good job today. Look forward to having all you guys back on again. But good job today. Really appreciate you guys.
Thanks, all you guys. Good seeing you. Take care.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
No doubt. You too. Later, Pete.
Bye,
Later,
Pete.
Taylor. Later, Bruce.